Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to today's recap. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. If you guys are new here, my name is Jeremiah. I'm a day trader. I trade small cap stocks and I recap every day, Monday through Friday, as well as stream every day, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, if you guys are interested, tune in. But without further ado, let's jump right into this recap for today. So, my first trade was about 40 minutes after sitting down, more like 50 because I started the stream a little bit later. But it was on EKSO. So that's unfortunate. I didn't get filled there for a moment, which was annoying. So this entry was actually, what was this entry? It was a dip entry. I didn't actually wait for like the next candle to open, but it was a dip nonetheless. I wonder what my unrealized profit was there for a moment. I would have been up 30 bucks had I gotten filled, but for some reason that is way higher than it should have been. I guess the spreads on this were kind of big. Yeah, the spreads on this were kind of crazy. I probably should have sold on the bid. If I had looked at the level 2, I would have known to do that. But that's something we'll take into consideration tomorrow. So let's check the float on this. The float is, bear with me. The float is 2.3 million shares. The sector's healthcare daily volume was 5 million shares. And relative volume is 25,000%, so 250 times what it normally is, which is good. Only thing is I didn't get my order filled, and so this ended up being a small winner. Better than a loser, but you know, would have been nice to get my, I don't know, at least 20 bucks of profit, if not like 28 or 30. But let's see here. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't take another trade until like 26. Okay, this has it. Okay, so I take it around here. So my face is, you guys can't see, but I was like, wow. So this thing is pulling away. I'm not even really thinking about, so I'm just thinking about getting a dip here. And unfortunately, this does not end well. And so I sell it, thankfully, at least before it dropped further. But that was unexpected for sure. This would have been fine actually. If my first trade got filled when I wanted it to, would have been a $10 green day at this point, but it wasn't. So, anyways, my next trade was shortly after this, and it was a revenge trade. I'm ashamed to say it, but it was. I knew I shouldn't have taken this setup. There's a huge topping tail here. It's a red candle, a shooting star, and it's under VWAP. This is just not a good setup at all. And I take it because I sat down. I mean, it was kind of a rough start not getting filled, and then now to wait this long and then I lose on it. It's like frustrating, or immediate rejection, I guess. That wasn't a good trade though, so I'm not gonna sit here and be like that was an amazing setup, because it wasn't. It was just not good at all. But so here's the next trade I took. Also not a good trade. And so goes to break even for a moment. So finally I sold it, and that ended up being an $8 loser or something like that. Um, so now I'm down $24 on the day, $1 away from my max daily loss, which is what or max daily loss that I had in mind, because I was like, I'm not gonna lose more than 25 bucks when my biggest green day this month has been 24. So obviously the market has been cold, but and so I've just been trying to be conservative. But unfortunately today I got a little bit out of hand, for sure, and you guys will see. So this is my next trade. Um, so we're going for the break over 3 here. Just a small little scalp. Just sort of chipping away at the loss. Really, that's it. And yeah, little trade there, and then it rejected, and I never got back in because this is not a setup you take. You don't take that setup. But for some reason, I took it right after that first initial loss, and that's how I know it was just straight emotional. So my next trade here was on PLRZ. Um, so we flipped from red to green for a moment there, and then it actually doesn't end up working for very long, but I think it goes to green and I sell for a small winner. I'm happy about that. That was a bad trade, and the fact that I got out with, I mean, break even, but with a little bit of profit is good. And then so that's so now I trade PLRZ. Wait, no. Did I skip a trade? Yeah, I just took another trade on PLRZ, I guess. Okay, so that was a pretty high entry. Jumped in there. I don't really know what the entry was, but just looking to scalp it at the top, I guess. It was just pulling away. Really, that was really the only entry I can imagine. Maybe the break, or maybe the move up to 50, 1750. Which can work. It can work, but it's a riskier trade, especially higher price stock too. Um, so QCLS, this is I believe this was a trade for the break to 5. Oh wait, okay, so this is maybe a dip trade. Or was it maybe it was the break over resistance? I honestly don't even remember. Sometimes I'm like so in the zone that I don't realize what setup I'm taking. Could have been break over resistance or a dip trade. But obviously it's not working very well. And so you can tell here, like I was a little bit emotionally, like trading emotionally or revenge trading. And unfortunately, this ends up being a loser, I believe. Or no, sorry. This was my last winner before the big loser. So there's that, just small winners chipping away. And I actually left some money on the table with this one, unfortunately. But the next trade is really what got me. So some resistance there at the high of day. Now starting to roll over. It's not good, not good. I think I waited till the open to take another trade. I think I did. Yes, I definitely did. And it was on QCLS. And this is where I went wrong. But first, let me go over the floats for all these stocks. PLRZ has a float of 980,000 shares. Obviously, price was 17 at the time I traded it. It was up like 100% or more than 100%. Daily volume was 23 million, and the sector was healthcare. Israeli company as well. EKSO, I think I went over that one. That was my first trade. And then SLMT, I think Ireland is IE Ireland. I don't know. Had news, was up 7% only, or changed from close of 7%. Maybe, I don't know, actually. Price was 259 when I took the picture. I don't know where I traded it, but float was 1.29 mil. Relative volume was one time higher, or 1.6 times, we'll say that. And then sector was financial services. Daily volume 4 million. This didn't seem like a great stock to be trading. I don't think it was. And then MAMO, MAMO, U.S. company had news about a few hours ago. Down 17% from the close. I took these pictures later. That's probably why they're not, their percentage from the close is low. And then price 360, float was 5 million shares, and relative volume was 18 times. All these are really small scalps, except, yeah, they were all really small scalps, so nothing to really dissect about them. Consumer cyclical is the sector, and daily volume 2.37 mil. And then QCLS, I think I went over this one, up 36%, no news, price $6.37, float 1.5 mil or 1.6 mil, relative volume 13 times. Technology is the sector, daily volume 75 mil. That's pretty much it for all those. It's a cold market. You really can't be buying before confirmation. And then we even did get confirmation on that candle, I believe, but I don't think it worked. Yeah, this definitely didn't work because I don't think I got lower than $14 in the red. I just felt FOMO because I missed this big move while I was like, it was on my chart or on my screen. I just wasn't looking. And I was like, dude, I just missed $1 a share move. So now I'm taking the scraps. And then stops doesn't work, and then I stop out, thankfully, before a bigger drop. Wow, that actually kind of got smoked on that. So I was down $10 on that, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And then so it reverses back up. I wasn't gonna hold like that whole time though, so. This is the thing with trading at the open, it's very tricky and unpredictable sometimes. So I think what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I am going to avoid trading the open and instead I'm going to this might have been a small loser. I think it was. Instead of trading the open, I'm just going to trade pre-market. I'll wait like 5-10 minutes and then I'll maybe trade the open. But I'm gonna wait to see some decent price action. That's what I'm gonna do. So obviously this is ridiculous right here. I mean, doji candle, this whatever this is, and then right now what it looks like another doji. Oh no, just red candle. Just all these topping tails and bottoming tails. It's difficult. Which way does it want to go? But it looks like it's range bound. I mean, if you wanted to take a trade there, I wouldn't be super against it or anything. But this thing obviously is difficult. Where did I take a $32? Where did I get the $34? What is that trade? Honestly, I don't even know what my entry was here. Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you. This is straight emotion right here. I definitely overtraded today for sure. I'll have to say that. Overtraded, revenge traded potentially. I'm very lucky to say that today. I only ended $17 in the red when it could have been 35 almost. Obviously it's 10 past my max daily loss, and I'm still trading. So not great to see. It's running away from my take profit. Okay. And so I took another trade. So I'm just ripping trades left and right. It's a nice move. I could have sold it there, honestly. Maybe I should have. I don't remember when I sold this one. It's a little bit of an issue with having a cash account. Like you just know that every trade counts in a way, you know? And so I mean, I feel like in a margin account I'd be fine cutting that, but here I just got a little stubborn thinking, okay, well, I'm not gonna get that many more opportunities to take more trades, but in any case, ended up selling for a winner, thankfully, luckily. So you go for the break over this resistance here. And this actually, I think, ends up being a nice winner. And was maybe my last trade, I believe. Just waiting for it to break out. Looks like we're holding the resistance level, or previous resistance level. Is that now support? And now can we get the break over 6? So maybe a little dip. It's holding. That's good. Just waiting to see a burst of green and then the pop through 6. Oh, never mind. This was not the big winner. That actually ends up dipping down. So I guess it was struggling too much for me. Now here I take a trade because it's, I mean, we've had, it's, I mean, it's dipped down, but it came back up and now it's holding, and that's good to see. That's not good to see right there. And so I was like, oh no. Honestly, it's kind of an exit indicator, but I figured we hold 90 MA and it's fine. But realistically, this should have been something I sold. This was not a good trade. This is not how good trades play out. So, and I honestly got lucky that this actually ended up being my biggest winner in the, like, I think this was my biggest winner actually. There's the burst. Dipping back down. There we go. There's the break. Can it hold? There's the breakthrough six. Beautiful. Not super beautiful, honestly, but all right. And so that brought me to a total of $16 in the red. That was it for today. Those are all my trades. I want to go back to my first one to just see if I should have sold on the bid for sure. So I want to see maybe what was I thinking here, and when did I press the sell button? It really popped up super quickly and dropped like immediately. Yeah, that was a really quick pop. I doubt that even if I put I mean, maybe I would have got filled because there's a 10 cent offset, but even with the bid button, I don't know. Anyways, that was unfortunate to not catch the fullness of that, but what can you do? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and I hope you guys learned something. If you guys did enjoy, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. It would make my day. If you didn't, then all good. No harm, no foul. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.